that? It's like shooting in the middle of the day. We're at 1.4.
1.4. Let's see how the noise is. Let me get it.
No, I'm at base ISO.
Oh, you are?
1250. Yeah.
Wow, what a year 2022 was. It has just about gone. We're on Friday, December the 30th, and I've got a couple of quick things that I am working on. This was the winter vacation from hell, and I am glad that it is almost over. I wish I could get a do-over. Nothing went according to plan. I got a hair on my tongue. Even this video is not working out. What happened? I had 2 weeks off for the holidays, and we got hit with 2 crazy winter storms. My bad feet both flared up separately for unbeknownst reasons. I had really bad pains in both ankles on separate days, on crutches in a snowstorm, trying to worry with plowing, multiple feet of snow. Luckily, we didn't end up losing power, but this storm series kind of corresponded at the same time that our dear friends at Fuji sent me a bunch of stuff to review. So I was hoping I would had these fantasies of shooting all day, every day for 2 weeks, and then Mother Nature conspired against us, and I remembered I've got almost a 1-year-old next week. He had a couple of health considerations, nothing serious, but his first stomach bug and a couple other things. So, a lot of different things kind of weighing on the shoulders all at the same time. But the point of this video is that it really made me appreciate the times I did get out to shoot, and a couple more days left before it's time to get back to work at the normal job. And I've got a couple more outings planned, so hopefully there'll be some more wins to add to this. But I just wanted to say a quick thank you to Fuji. You guys are brave. I talk a lot. I try to keep things really honest with people who watch this channel. To anyone who's watching this channel, thank you so much. It's really cool to see the growth. Obviously, this isn't a huge camera gear place on YouTube, but I think we're doing something a little different here, trying to focus on what these new Fuji cameras can bring to the wildlife point of view. And for anyone who that's resonated with, my thanks to you. Really appreciate the support. And Fuji, I guess, has kind of noticed that, and they sent me the 200 F2 lens and an XH2, so I could kind of compare that to the XH2s. And they sent me the XH2 even after I was critical of the specs on paper. In previous videos, or if you've watched any of the stuff, you'll know what my thoughts have been on that. So I really applaud Fuji for doing this. They sent me this gear. They did not, they have not influenced anything that I will say about any of the stuff they sent me. They didn't ask for any specific content. They just said, here you go. And that means a lot. The support to a small channel like mine, sending me this kind of stuff to work with, is really cool. I'm not in a position to go out and buy a 200 F2 lens and if you had told me a year ago that like Fuji would loan me one for 2 weeks to work with and get a feel for, that would have been crazy. So I will have a lot of reviews up on both the lens, the XH2. I've done a lot of tests. I still have a few things left in the bag I need to do. I'm sure I'm going to have forgotten to do a whole bunch of stuff that I want to do, but I think I'm going to get all the important boxes ticked. I mean, yeah, the lens obviously is amazing, and the XH2 is a great camera. I will have more to say later. I still believe the XH2s is just a thrill ride of a camera that really can't be competed with. But overall, some awesome stuff. So this video, I wanted to just share some wins. I'm gonna, wrap this up, but hopefully throughout this video, I've been having some clips and stills play through. And I think if you're someone who's been watching any of my videos and you've bought an XH2s, that's amazing. Or even an XH2 or the new lens, or hell, even an X-T5. If you have come to Fuji because you've had some value in anything you've seen on my channel, I would love to hear about it below. The feedback for me as a new creator in the space is useful. And I think, hopefully I'll be able to have a bit more of a direct line to give Fuji some feedback on things specifically for the wildlife community is speaking about. But if you're someone who hasn't switched to Fuji and you're curious and you've watched any of these videos kind of seeing performance, again, I have a couple more days left with the gear if there's anything in particular that you want to see. Or just in general, any types of examples that you want to see out of the kits. I think if you're thinking about making the change, I want to really reiterate that it's a very powerful piece of equipment that you can use with a lot of success. The XH2s is an amazing camera. The 150 to 600, I still, even shooting the 200 F2 every day, it makes me further appreciate how good the zoom is. Look, F2 is pretty awesome to shoot with, but I mean, there's a lot of trade-offs, right? The reach, the weight. So there's no one-size-fits-all perfect solution, but I can say that as someone who shot Fuji for a long time, I had an X-T3, I had all the red badge lenses, so the 50 to 140, the 8 to 16, the 100 to 400, and the 16 to 55. I had the 50 F1, I had a bunch of third-party lenses, and I sold all that stuff and went to Canon and bought an R5, because as much as I loved the X-T3 and I loved the images, the autofocus just wasn't there to compete with the likes of Canon and Sony for systems, for when you're trying to shoot, moving animals and things like that. And Fuji has fixed it. I'm kind of past the point now of arguing with people in comment sections about like who has better autofocus. It doesn't matter. The Fuji XH2s and the XH2 are both very good performing cameras with good autofocus systems that will get the job done for you. If you can't shoot what you want on an XH2s, it's not a gear problem. I will say that, every day I will die on that hill. My friends who picks up the XH2s have kind of instantly said, yeah, this is great. This is really cool. And I think it's awesome that Fuji is in that spectrum. So Fuji, you are not a wildlife company. People do not know you as that, but I think you have built gear that can hang with the best of them, and I really hope to help promote that more in 2023. So thank you so much for the support. Thank you for trusting me. I will have a ton of videos up over the next month with examples of things that I tested. But yeah, you guys are awesome, and the support from you as a company to creators, it doesn't go unnoticed. It's not something that you would expect to get from Canon or Nikon, so or Sony. I think it's really cool that you're working with people who are trying to promote your brand, doing something properly. So thank you for this, and I will have all of my thoughts, the goods and the bads, they are coming. But for now, like I said, a little bit of gratitude, and I wanted to just showcase some of the wins I've had with the gear so far. So I hope you've enjoyed, and have a great, safe new year. Talk to you soon.